What are projects and why use them? Are you using ChatGPT by clicking that little new chat button every time? There's actually a smarter way to keep your work organized, especially for longer tasks that include planning. With projects, instead of dealing with ChatGPT losing track of what you discussed in separate chats, you can keep everything about a task or idea in one spot. Scenario: heavy planning. Let's look at this case. Your child's birthday is in 3 weeks, and you want to use ChatGPT to plan the event. You have a guest list in Excel, venue quotes in your email, theme inspiration screenshots on your phone, a dozen text threads with your co-parent about the budget. With so many inputs, you definitely need to develop a multi-step plan. In this case, ChatGPT can indeed help you. However, with all the information being scattered, it could be quite difficult. What do you think is the biggest challenge when using separate ChatGPT chats for multi-step planning? You have to re-explain the context and re-upload files every time you start a new chat. ChatGPT can't handle complex tasks in regular chats. Regular chats don't save your conversation history. Your persistent workspace. Projects solve this by creating a dedicated space where ChatGPT remembers your progress, stores your files, and follows your specific instructions across multiple conversations. To start a new project, click New Project to create your first workspace and give it a name. Once your first project is created, what do you think is the primary step that you need to take? Set instructions for how ChatGPT should respond. Upload all your files first, and then start chatting. Once your first project is created, what do you think is the primary step that you need to take? Set instructions for how ChatGPT should respond. Upload all your files first, and then start chatting. What are projects and why use them? Are you scenario: heavy planning? In this case, ChatGPT can indeed help. What do you think is the biggest challenge when using separate ChatGPT chats for multi-step planning? You have to re-explain the context and re-upload files every time you start a new chat. ChatGPT can. Your persistent workspace. Projects solve. Once your first project is created, what do you think is the primary step that you need to take? Set instructions for how ChatGPT should respond. Upload all your files first, and then start chatting. Setting project instructions. Various instructions can be set. For example, tone, constraints, priorities, rules. Let's try it in the following exercise. Great. From now on, every chat in this project will follow these guidelines. That is, ChatGPT will automatically consider age, budget, and tone, without having to repeat them. What's important is that this is not just about planning birthday parties. The prompt that you completed can be used as a template to plan any other project. First discovery. Setting instructions transforms your project into a focused workspace. The same principle works for any goal. Project planning. Keep timelines realistic and highlight risks. Work tasks. Use professional tone. Cite sources. Learning new skills. Explain like I'm a beginner. Use simple examples. Instructions eliminate repetitive prompting and keep ChatGPT aligned with your needs. Uploading your party planning files. Now comes the powerful part, uploading all your party planning materials to your project. Click Upload Photos and Files. ChatGPT will process and reference everything, from guest lists to theme inspirations, in any conversation within this project. For example, Imagine you have these files for your party: Excel sheet of guests with names, dietary restrictions, and RSVP status, PDF document of 3 venue options with pricing, Pinterest screenshots of unicorn theme ideas. Once uploaded, you can use this information in your project without re-uploading it each time. What do you think ChatGPT can do with your uploaded party planning files? Create a budget based on venue quotes. Count guests and identify dietary restrictions from the Excel file. Suggest decoration ideas that match your theme inspiration. Share the files with vendors automatically. To do exactly that, start a chat and prompt ChatGPT to use the data you need. This is the part when you start working with ChatGPT directly through prompting. Within your project, you can start as many chats as you wish. However, what would be the best approach? Use each chat for one specific purpose. Keep everything in a single chat thread. Start new chats whenever you have questions. See? You did not need to attach your files again. Instead, ChatGPT just instantly understood the context and organized specific pricing from the PDF into a complete budget. Second discovery. Instructions and files function as working memory for your project. Just like you created a budget chat, you can start dedicated chats for timeline planning, create week-by-week tasks leading to party day, guest management, track RSVPs and dietary restrictions, shopping lists, organize decoration purchases by store, day of coordination, build minute-by-minute party day schedule. Each chat uses the same files and instructions, no repetition needed. So far, we have only covered using projects for planning events. But can this feature be used for other purposes? Yes, projects work for any multi-step task with ongoing context. No, projects are specifically designed for a limited number of cases only. Using projects for different purposes. Indeed, this feature can be used for various purposes, including work, hobbies, travel, events, learning, routine planning, and many more. Let's look at some of these potential applications. For example, if you're planning a trip to Iceland, you can have a project with chats dedicated to itinerary building, daily plans with timing and transportation, budget tracking, flight, accommodation, food, activities, reservation management, hotels, restaurants, train passes, packing lists, climate-appropriate clothing and essentials, upload flight confirmations, hotel bookings, and inspiration images. ChatGPT references them across all planning chats. Or if you're developing your business's social media with ChatGPT, you can separate project chats for content calendar, monthly themes and posting schedule, caption writing, platform-specific posts, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, visual concepts, image generation prompts for graphics, performance analysis, reviewing what content works best, upload brand guidelines and past successful posts. ChatGPT maintains a consistent voice and style. Another example, if you're managing a freelance consulting business, your project could include chats for proposal writing, client-specific service proposals, project tracking, deliverables, deadlines, client communication, invoice generation, monthly billing with hours and expenses, marketing materials, case studies, testimonials, service descriptions, upload client contracts, and past proposals. ChatGPT adapts templates to new opportunities while maintaining professionalism. The pattern is clear. Projects work best when you have multiple related tasks that share common context, files, goals, tone, and constraints. Whether planning events, managing work, or learning skills, the structure remains the same. Set instructions, upload materials, and organize chats by purpose. Excellent work! You've learned how projects create persistent workspaces, where files, instructions, and context stay connected across conversations. This is powerful for multi-step planning, events, trips, business development, where decisions build on each other over time. Key takeaways. Projects keep files and instructions available across multiple chats within a single workspace. Set instructions once to define tone, constraints, and goals for the entire project. Organize work by creating dedicated chats for specific purposes. Projects work best for multi-step tasks, where context builds over time. What's next? Now that you understand projects, the next lesson introduces custom GPTs, reusable AI assistants that you build yourself. Ready to customize your AI? Let's go.